Hello traders, welcome to your Follow the Bots S&P 500 Daily Market Recap, sponsored by Zaner. Since 1980, Zaner has been helping futures, commodity, and forex traders trade smarter, faster, and easier.
Hello, I'm Bill Duryea. Welcome to the Daily Market Recap, a detailed review of the market structure and the key support and resistance levels in the S&P 500 E-mini. Today is July 2nd, 2013. Last week, the S&P 500 sold off below what had been major support at or near the 1598 price level and traded down to a new low at 1554. At the end of last week, the S&P had recovered off of its major decline and traded back up on Friday to 1614. After rallying up to 1614 on Friday, the S&P pulled back and traded down to 1594, auctioned back up to 1610, and ended the weekly session at or near 1600. During Sunday's Globex session, the S&P auctioned back down at or near Friday's low. Price traded modestly lower, auctioning down to 1593. The market then rallied back up and traded to the minor resistance level at 1610 before pulling back down to 1602. At Monday's open, the S&P auctioned above Friday's high at 1614 and traded up just shy of resistance at 1622 at or near the 50-day price average. The market found a lack of buying interest when it traded up to the 1620 price level and pulled back into the close, auctioning back down to 1606. During Monday's Globex session, the S&P auctioned back up to 1614, where the selling pressure had entered the market during Monday's sell-off from the newly made high. Prior to Tuesday's open, the S&P pulled back and auctioned down at or near Monday's close, and then rallied back above the overnight high and attempted to retest Monday's high, trading up to 1618. The market once again encountered a lack of buying interest above its 50-day price average and failed to auction up to Monday's high. Late in the day, the S&P sold down from the high and auctioned back down to retest the opening range low. There was a lack of buying interest on the initial pullback at or near 1605. Price traded below the opening range low and pulled back at or near the minor support level that developed during Monday's overnight session at 1602. Buying interest entered the market as the S&P probed down to 1600, and price rallied back up to 1608 prior to the close. The current trading range for this week, including Sunday's Globex low, is thus far 27 points. The minimum value of the trading range is located down at 1593, and the maximum value of the range is located up at 1620. The mid portion of the range is located at or near today's close and Monday's close at 1606. The benefit of understanding the key support and resistance levels is that they are factual evidence as to where buying interest and selling pressure entered the market during the recent past. Coming into Tuesday's session and at Monday's close, we had identified minor support here at or near 1506, and we also identified the breakdown selling point at or near 1615, 1614. Monday's distribution also informed us that there was a secondary support level located at 1602, and of course support down at 1594. Using the key reference points that developed in the recent past, particularly the trade activity that occurred during yesterday's session, and having identified where the buying interest and selling pressure was likely to develop, the following trading opportunities occurred in context of the support and resistance levels that developed on Monday. Overnight, there was the opportunity to go short on the retracement back to where the initiated selling had been identified during Monday's auction. At Tuesday's open, there was the opportunity to go long on the pullback to Monday's close at or near the support level identified during Monday's rally. Additionally, the retest of Monday's high at or near the key resistance level at 1622, the 50-day moving average, provided a short opportunity. On the pullback below the opening range low and Monday's close, price discovery probed down to the lower cluster edge that we had identified on Monday, and the S&P auctioned up off of the probe to 1601, back above Monday's close and this double micro low that developed at or near 1604, 1605. Coming into Wednesday's trading session, we have a clearly identified high at or near the 50-day price average at 1620, 1622. We have the minor support level at the key psychological price point, 1600. And we have the near-term support level down at 1593 as our identified reference points. That concludes our daily recap for July 2nd, 2013. We thank you for joining us. If you would like to see our real-time trading commentary, please visit us on the web at www.followthebots.com.
For more information regarding Zaner's brokerage services or the content of this broadcast, contact Neil Rogers, nrogers@zaner.com, 312-277-0135. This is Cuerva from Follow the Bots. Happy trading.